Hey guys. Hey. Let me make sure everyone can hear me. Hey everyone, welcome to my TikTok, to my YouTube. Hey you guys. So it's been a couple of seconds since we've heard from Amy Duggar King. Oh, you guys already got me 60 likes. Literally 75 likes, and I only got one person on TikTok watching me. You guys from thebomb.com. As you come in to the chat, please say hey. Let me know you're here. It's been a little bit, since Josh Duggar was sentenced to 12 years, 7 months in federal prison due to receiving CP. Now, after he was arrested during his trial, his cousin, Amy Duggar King, was one of the main people in his family to speak out against him. And at first, I was like, yeah, girl, I am so glad she is not afraid to stand up and speak out against Josh just because that's her family. Like, I love it. I've seen some people since say that Amy Duggar is kind of doing this for clout, that she continues to bring it up after everybody's kind of moved on with everything, that she continues to do this for clout. Also, you guys are going to tell me, I want you guys to tell me your thoughts in the comment section below. But someone even said, Amy isn't even a Duggar. She changed her name back to Duggar after, the Duggars become famous and they started their show. But Amy is a Duggar through her mom. Her mom was a Duggar, but Amy should technically have her dad's last name. And allegedly at one point she did, but when her uncle become, famous on TV and her family become famous, she went back to using the Duggar name. She still uses the Duggar's name, from my understanding. So some people tend to believe that Amy is doing this just for clout. But I'm going to tell you guys what she had to say. Now, like I said, she's been very vocal about Josh Duggar, even vocal about the family, Jim, Bob, Michelle. Back in May, she made a post online directed to Anna Duggar, basically saying that it was Anna Duggar's duty to protect her children, which it is, saying that, your husband is what he is, and it is your job to leave him and protect those children, and you're not doing that. You need to do that. Amy Duggar has gotten a lot of praise for doing that, for speaking up. Amy has called out Jim, Bob, and Michelle for lying, for watering down what happened. And now she's speaking out again. So let me tell you guys what she had to say. So on Wednesday, she posted a TikTok, and at first it was a little quote, and it says, "Sometimes not saying anything can be quite telling." That was it was a quote, but if you clicked on it and the little thing popped up, like what she typed popped up, this is what it said when you read the bottom. "To my family, how can so many stay silent? It blows my mind at the people who are turning their blind eyes at what has happened. Hello, this is a big deal. Hey. We have to be loud. We have to make a commotion. We have to talk about the hard things and the sad realizations. We have to get mad about this. This isn't just a sad one-time occurrence. This is someone who preyed on the vulnerable and who is sick in the head. I have so many dang questions, don't you?" So that's what she posted to her TikTok. And a part of me is like, yeah, I got questions. I would love for Jim, Bob, and Michelle to sit down for an interview and actually be asked questions. We're talking about Jim Bob Duggar because Jim Bob's niece, Amy Duggar, is calling him out again. So I'm like, yeah, I got questions. I would love for him to admit, like, yeah, maybe we watered it down a little bit. I don't think we're going to get that. I don't think we'll ever get another interview with Jim Bob. Josh is in prison at this point. He's serving a 151 sentence, 20 years probation after he gets out. There's nothing more we can do as far as he's in prison. Are we all happy with the sentence that he got? No. There was a lot of people that wanted him to get more. I did. The prosecution was pushing for 20 years, and I was there with them like, yeah, 20 years. Like, what he did was terrible. He was literally looking at some of the worst CSAM on the internet. he was on the dark web watching children being terribly abused in every form, sexually, mentally, emotionally, physically. So yes, I wanted to see him get 20 years. I don't think we can raise enough hell to change his sentence. So at this point, I'm kind of wondering what does Amy want? Like, what is she asking for here? Because she says, I'm going to read it again. To my family, how can so many stay silent? It blows my mind at the people who are turning their blind eye as to what has happened. So I'm wondering, okay, who is this directed at? Is this at Jim Bob and Michelle? I could kind of see that. Jim Bob and Michelle, I don't think they're going to say anything about it. I don't think, like I said, we're never going to get another interview where they respond like they did that one time. And even the interview that we did get from them, they were literally coached on how to answer questions. You know what I'm saying? So I'm kind of just unsure of what she wants. Does she, I don't know, at least she is more honest than her uncle. When they had the show, JB and Josh liked to point out her flaws. She was just living life yes, Martha, that is true, because from my understanding, on the show, she was painted as like a rebel child, the bad child, when really she wasn't. She was just more normal. You know what I'm saying? She wore pants. She wasn't bad. She was like most of us. You know what I'm saying? Thank you. Says God is good. So I'm kind of wondering, I wish she would be more specific as to what she's asking for here. To me, if they were believers, they would really look at what they're saying about his innocence and think about it if they truly believed in God. That was one thing that the judge said. The judge said when he sentenced Josh, he took it into consideration that Josh still never acknowledged what he did. He's like, you can say you're innocent all day till the cows come home, but I don't see any regret on you. You haven't voiced any regret to anything that you've done. Not just to what you're being accused of, but to the things that we know you've done. You're not expressing any regret. I think maybe Amy thinks they are trying to brush this under the rug and get another TV show. So maybe she just wants to make sure people don't forget. I think that's a good point. I don't think they'll ever get another TV show. I would be mind blown if they ever got another TV show. But I could see her saying, let's not forget. Hey, just because Josh is in jail, let's not forget what this family did as a whole. Mom, dad, they were not honest about it. They were not forthright about it. Their daughters were victims of their son. And they watered down what their son did to them. To the point to where the daughters wasn't even for sure what the heck happened to them. You know what I'm saying? The daughters were literally in court finding out the extent of their abuse by their brother. So I do think this is something we should not forget. And we should always hold them accountable. If the day ever came that a network offered Jim Bob and Michelle another TV show, I definitely think we should all stand up and be like, skirt. No, excuse me, what are we doing here? No. I don't think so. But I'm just curious, I'm wondering if she's wanting more of the family members to speak out. Is she wanting, because I don't think we're going to hear Jim Bob and Michelle say anything. Is this directed at her cousins as well? Some of her cousins have, been vocal about this. There were a few comments. One comment said, "It's beyond me how anyone, especially Josh's parents, who knew what he did, would let him be around any kid after what he did years ago." Now, the thing was, it was after, this came out that Josh was doing this, they put rules in place that no girls could sit on Josh's lap. He was not to be home alone with the kids by himself, unsupervised. Those were the rules, but the rules got broken. There were times that he was left home alone with the kids, with the younger girls. And we have there's ex-family friends that have said that. Yeah, they put these rules in place, but they didn't stick by them. And that's what happened to Joyanna. That's how that happened. Josh picked her up, put her on his lap, and he had already done things to some of the other girls. And the rules were, none of the girls sit on your lap. You don't stay home alone with them. You're not around them unsupervised. It's okay, Mama 3. We're about 9 minutes in. Yeah, I don't think they'll ever have another reality show. Thank God. I think all heck will break loose. I do think Amy wants attention in some aspect, but she's probably still hurt as well. Yeah, because they were lied to as well. Someone else says, I commend those who have not tried to excuse away his actions. You can love someone while not condoning their actions. Absolutely. Um, Amy Duggar, she has spoke out about the situation about Josh, about Jim Bob. Her mother, Deanna Duggar, has also spoke out about this as well and spoke out about her brother, Jeremy Volo. I think that's how you say their name. Josh's sister Ginger and Ginger's husband Jeremy. Jeremy has basically called Josh right out. He slammed Josh for being a hypocrite and a fake Christian. On a YouTube video that he did, I actually have a video about this. I kind of gave like a little small recap of what Jeremy said in his YouTube video, but he said, often the devil wears a suit and tie. The wolf in sheep's clothing is more dangerous and more damaging to the name of Christ than the outright opponent. That's what he said in the YouTube video that he did talking about Josh and talking about the situation. Derek Dillard has called Jim Bob out, but not as hard as probably Jeremy. Jeremy. But when it comes to Josh, they've kind of towed the line of, which I think is really how they honestly feel. They put out a statement saying this was more like a funeral as well for us, because this is our family at the end of the day. And while we're glad that justice was served, we're hurting as well. So some of the family members haven't said anything, don't even make statements, don't even, acknowledge what's happening. Most of them have put out some sort of statement. But as far as like directly calling them out, Amy Duggar, she's been the one to really do it. I wonder if Jim Bob is trying to run for something else. Maybe she knows something that we don't know, and maybe that's why she's jumping up against saying, oh, no, we're not going to forget. We're not going to forget, and by the way, I have questions. But they were lied to. Amy Duggar come out to say a while back that, when they caught wind of what was going on, they asked, like, hey, what's the deal? What's going on? And they were given this watered down version as well, that it was over the close, only happened one time, and that Josh felt bad. He told on himself. They were given that version as well and didn't find out the truth for many, many years later. So when they did find out the truth, they were upset as well because it put them at risk. I mean, Deanna, she has a daughter who is about the same age as Josh, and they're not being honest with Deanna about what's going on. So Deanna can make the decision whether or not to not allow her daughter to be over there around Josh. She wasn't given that opportunity because she wasn't really told the full truth. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to move this camera in a way to where it won't be in y'all's way. We can get a good shot of everybody. So she made that post on her TikTok, and after reading it, she's like, I got questions. This isn't going away. It wasn't a one-time situation. She says, this is someone who preyed on the vulnerable and who is sick in the head. And I'm like, yes, it is, but what do we do about it? Like, some of what she's saying is like, we can't do nothing more to Josh. I can't help but wonder how confused the younger children, a.k.a. Josh's younger brothers and sisters are. God bless their hearts. They're really going to be messed up in the long run, yeah. I wonder what they're telling the family. Hey, Jessica, what did she say? So Amy Duggar posted something on her TikTok yesterday. It was a quote that said, sometimes not saying anything can be quite telling. And then under the quote, she said, to my family, the Duggars, how can so many stay silent? It blows my mind at people who are turning their blind eye at what has happened, obviously with what happened with Josh. This is a big deal. We have to be loud. We have to make a commotion. We have to talk about the hard things and the sad realizations. We have to get mad about this. And I'm all with her for that. Like, I'm like, yes, girl, yes, we do. But he's been tried. He's been sentenced. So I'm like, is there anything that we can do to change? Like, at this point, I'm just like, Jim Bob. You know what I'm saying? Like, Jim Bob, we got questions. But she said that too. Like, I got questions. We've got questions. As far as we can't do it, there's nothing else that can be done to Josh. She said, this isn't just a sad one time occurrence. This is someone who preyed on the vulnerable and who was sick in the head. I have so many dang questions. Don't you? Yeah, I do. Hey, everyone. Yeah, and it's also hard to see your family go through something like that, knowing your cousins were abused and your aunt and uncle lied about it. Exactly. Absolutely. Oh my goodness, yeah. And she was close to the girls when they were, she was actually, her and Josh were very close. Her and Josh were close. Her and the older girls were very close. Um, Now, I didn't like the way it seemed like she came for the girls at different times. At when the situation happened with Jana, and one of Josh and Anna dropped the kids off at Jim Bob and Michelle's. Jana did not know that she was supposed to be watching the kids, but Anna left to go see Josh at the Reavers because this is before he was sentenced. He was at the Reavers. She dropped the kids off there, went to the Reavers. Jana was not aware the kids were there, and they have a gate to at their house. You just can't go to their house. There's a gate. You have to push the button, or whatever. So the cop pushes the button and says, "Hey, we have a kid that was down here by the road. We think this kid belongs to y'all." And Jana's like, "No, not ours," because Jana didn't even know all the she didn't even know. So when she realizes, she's like, "Oh my God, the kids are here. Anna dropped the kids off here. We are missing a kid." But she got in trouble for it. And Amy is supposed to be pretty close to Jana, and then Amy made a post, a picture of her kid watching TV, saying, "Rest assured, I won't fall asleep," something along those lines. It was aimed at Jana. I mean, this was right after news came out that this happened. But then she deleted it and went back and was like, "No, I love Jana. I would that was not intentional." But it was like, how would it not be? You know what I'm saying? How would it not be intentional? So I've seen Amy do things that I just wasn't completely happy with, but not everybody's perfect. Hey, Wendy Shields, thank you so much for becoming a member. Thank you. I have a member stream tonight, you guys. We are gonna, if you are a channel member, Patreon member, I'm gonna do a stream tonight around 8:30, 8:45, where we react to my older videos, some of my newer videos. Probably looking wild. I know nobody's perfect, but I wasn't too happy to see that post because I felt it was aimed at Jana. There's a couple things that I've seen her do that I just wasn't exactly happy about. Yes, I'm live. Amy is shady AF and a mean girl, in my opinion. Yeah, see, I've kind of gotten those vibes from her, and I want to give her a chance. But I have gotten these kind of weird vibes. The post with Jana, I was like, what is going on here? When I read somebody say, Amy went by her dad's last name until the Duggars got their TV show and became famous, and then she started going by Amy Duggar. I was like, wait, what, really? So I don't know, hey to B1, hey, I'm so glad you're here. Yeah, I think Amy might have resentment towards the siblings not speaking up. Maybe she feels like she needs to take up for the girls, but I think Amy going after them only makes things worse. Yeah, absolutely. So I don't know, maybe what it is she saw this quote and thought, and it just kind of reminded her of everything that's happened. And she's like, hey, let's not forget. Just because Josh is in prison, let's not forget what he did. Let's not forget that his parents hid it for him. Let's not forget that his parents did not hold him accountable. Let's not forget that a lot of this could have been avoided if they would have done the right thing from jump. So, thank you. Hey, Betty. Hey, 2B1. So glad to be here. Love your charisma. Thank you so much. Hey, B. Hey, Zuna. You guys got me up to over 1,000 likes on TikTok. TikTok is doing it, you guys. How do I become a member? There should be a join button. Let me go grab a link. Let's see. I'll grab a link and post it in the chat because I don't think any of my mods are here right now. Crap, I forgot to text them. Whoops. There's the link to become a member. Hey, Elle Bee, we were just talking about you over on Charlotte's Live. I caught the tail end of Charlotte's Live. If I see her live, I try to watch. Sometimes I don't always get to chat, but I do try to watch. I love that Charlotte does what she does. I love that she continues to call out the shadiness, the craziness that, you know, KJ puts out there. And KJ's been going really hard lately, so, and people's calling her out on it. So can you, I should try it by a TikTok. My TikTok is L_B_TV. Yep, thank you, babe. But I'm going to go ahead and close this one out and get off here because I do have another video. So I got a few things planned. Pumpkin and Josh has been getting some heat on a Mama June fan page. So I was going to go over that. Also, I have the member stream plan. And me and Justin and Molly are probably going to do something over on my channel. Because they want to make sure they're like coming on my channel as well, you know. They're like, you come on our channel. I finally figured out how to get them on there. It may look a little weird. We may not be all the same size, but we all managed able to get them over here. So Justin texted me earlier and was like, hey, you want to get together on your channel? And I'm like, yeah. So I think we're going to try to do that at 6. I told him to let me know if that works for him. But I do have the Mama June thing that I wanted to talk about. Well, Pumpkin and Josh situation that I want to talk about. So I'm going to close this one out. We'll come back in about 10 minutes to talk about Pumpkin and Josh and how they're getting hate on a Mama June fan page. Thank you so much, Mama of 3. Thank you for becoming a member. You guys are awesome. If you cannot afford to become a member, I think the cheapest one is like $3.99. But if you can't afford to become a member, just hitting that thumbs up button makes all the difference in the world. Watch the videos, leave a comment. Even if your comment is a period, pops up in the algorithm that I got a comment. So to send a like on TikTok, you just hit the screen, right? Don't you just tap the screen and it hits a heart button? Glad it's not just me. Hit the like. Yeah, I'm not big on TikTok. I'm just now figuring out how to do it. But you guys, give the video a thumbs up, like the TikTok. I'll be right back here in about 10 or 15 minutes to talk about the situation with the criticism that's going on with concerning Pumpkin and Josh. And then member stream, I'm actually going to go ahead and set the member stream and post the links on the community tab. If you're a member, channel member, look for the link. This is what I do for the channel members. I post the link on my community tab. So go check out the community tab. You'll see the link. Click it. It'll take you to the video. You can hit remind me. If you're a Patreon member, the link will be over on the Patreon. So I'm going to go ahead and set all of those up. Me and Molly and Justin should be on at about 6, but we'll do the Mama June, Pumpkin, and Josh one before that. So give this video a thumbs up. Thank you guys so much. You guys have your thoughts in the comment section below. What do you guys think about Amy Duggar bringing this up again? Do you guys just feel like she is mad and she don't want people forgetting? And she really wishes that she could sit her uncle down and really ask him some questions? Or do you guys think that, you know, maybe she's doing this for clout? Is that tomorrow, Elle? Today, B. So we're going to do the Pumpkin and Josh is today. We're going to do Molly and Justin today. And we're going to do members tonight at about 8:30, 8:45. I don't know my name on here. It is None Lefts. Your name is None Lefts. I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye, TikTok. Okay, guys. I went ahead and got out of TikTok first. Hey, Aqua Rain. Hey, Jamie. Well, I cleaned the 3 laundry mats. I didn't have time to do it this morning. God bless you. Hey, Brittany. But I will see you guys in the next one. Join me back here in just a few minutes. Bye, everyone.